Good day, everybody. Today we're gonna look at the mathematics paper 1, question 1, and the DBE paper 2022, and I think it's the paper for the subs, those that were writing the subs. So we're gonna look at the question 1, 1.1, only 1.1 for now. Then we'll take a 1.2 and 1.3 and 1.4 for another video. We'll just focus on the first question, 1.1. Let's solve for x. Let's get into it, guys. Question 1. Here it is, 1.1. 1.1.1. Here it says x squared. Here it is, x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equals to 0, plus 2x minus 15 is equals to 0. The question says we should solve for x there. So when we solve for x, we have to factorize in such a way that those vectors that we got, when we multiply them, they give us negative 15 here, and when we add them, they give us positive 2. You see, so those vectors are 5 and 3. So when we multiply 5 times negative 3, it gives us negative 15. But when we add these two terms, two values, or maybe 5 minus 3, it gives us positive 2. So those are the perfect factors that we can use for this type of question. So x here, then x here. So we said it's negative 5 on the other side and positive 5 on the other side. So x minus 3, we can say that x minus 3 is equals to 0, so that we can get the x value. X minus 3 is equals to 0, and or x is equals x plus 5, sorry for that, is equals to 0. Therefore, to get the x values here, we say that we just transpose this value to the other side, so that we are left with the only x on the left side. X is equals to positive 3. That's our first critical value. Then x plus 5. Then we transpose this positive 5, and it gets to be negative 5 on the other side. So that is our answer for this one. And let's quickly look at the second question, question 1.1.2. It says that 5x squared minus x minus 9 is equals to 0. So not a pair there. Leave your answer correct to 2 decimal places. You see, for 1.1.2, says 5x squared minus x minus 9 is equals to 0. We say that we should leave our answer correct to 2 decimal places. So for this one, let's firstly write the general formula. It says that ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. I hope you all see that. Let's correspond these variables now. X here corresponds with positive 5, then b here corresponds with negative 1, then c here corresponds with negative. C here corresponds with negative 9. I hope you all see that. For the formula, for the quadratic formula, we can find it on the information sheet on the back of the page of your question paper. X is equals to negative b plus or minus root here. It says b squared minus 4ac, then all over 2a. So is equals to x here is equals to negative 1. We all know that b here corresponds with -1, then plus or minus root -1 squared minus 4. A here is +5. Then c here is -9. Then all over 2 into +5. Then x here, our first value of x is equals to 1. When we punch our calculator, it's 1,445,445, or x is equals to -1,245. You see, our little note there, it says that leave your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So when we leave our answer correct to 2 decimal places, we say that it is equals to 1,45, or x is equals to -1,25. I hope you're all happy here with these values. And let's try to look on the last question for 1.1, 1.1.13. It says that x squared is less or equals to 3x. 1.1.3, here it is, 0.1.3. It says that x squared is less or equals to 3x. Let's try to transpose this thing so that we have terms on the same side. Let's say here x squared minus 3x is less or equals to 0. Then let's try to factorize this thing, since it looks more familiar with the type of equations that we're dealing with, trying to solve for x. Let's try here to factorize even this one. It's when we factorize this one, we can see that x here is common. Then we take x out of the bracket. Then we are left with x here minus 3. Then it's less or equals to 0. Okay, so now let's try to find our theoretical values. We'll replace this inequality sign with the equal sign. Theoretical values, x is equals to, or x into x minus 3, then is equals to 0. We just introduce the equal sign so that we can't confuse ourselves when we are dealing with that one. With that inequality, we have to deal with something that we know, you see, so that we can't confuse ourselves very much. So x here, it's x here, we can say that x is equals to 0, or x minus 3 is equals to 0, as we did in the previous questions. So x here is equals to 0, or x minus 3 is equals to 0. So let's leave x on the one side. X is equals to 3 here. Then we got our theoretical values. So let's try to find, to draw our number line here, since this type of question it's a inequality question, so equation. So yeah, where you should have we should find our solution here, and our solution will represent with a graph or maybe a number line. So now I chose to represent it with a number line. So we start with a smaller number, it's 0, then we end with a bigger number, it's 3. So now, since this inequality sign is shaded, since this inequality sign is less or equals to 0, we have to shade our circle here, shade our circle even here. So let me give you this one, guys. So when we see the inequality sign pointing that direction, it means that our solution is in. When we see our inequality pointing that direction, it means that our solution is out. And it's more of the same thing when it looks like this or when it looks like this, you see. So it's in, then it's out, this one. So let's apply that one. We can see that our inequality points that direction. So if it points that direction, it applies to this one. So our inequality means that our solution is in between the critical values that we got. So it's in between 0 and 3. So if it's in between 0 and 3, you can see that from 3 to 0, there are x values here. There are x values. So it means that in between those critical values, we can get our solution. So let's put our x here. Since these are x values, it's in between. How to represent in between? In mathematics, you represent it with starting with a smaller number is less or equals to 0, meaning then even here is less or equals to 0, meaning that our solution is in between these two values. So that's our answer for this one. I will continue with the rest of the question in another video, but for this one I wanted to make it short so that you can just enjoy listening to the video, so that you won't get sleepy when you are watching the video. I know that videos that are long, they make you sleep sometimes. So I wanted to make this one to be short so that you can watch it more often and try to get what solve for x means. And I think it does help out a lot, guys. The video, we're gonna do this one in the next video, and this one, just don't worry that much. We are here. I'm here. I'll try to help out a lot, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, guys. It does help out a lot, that one. You can comment in the comment section below and say how you rate it, how you rate the video out of 10. I hope you can give me 11 out of 10. See you guys in the next video. But until the next video, guys, please take care.